cuts are an attack on education as well, and I think one of the meanest proposals has been this attack on the education maintenance allowance. I really think that is mean-spirited. We've got all these Eton-educated cabinet ministers, multimillionaires, some of them, and they're taking £30 a week away from some of the poorest kids in the land and their parents. And you only get that if your parents are on very low income. I mean, I just think it's mean, I think it's nasty, and, 10 out of 10 for them for fighting it, these young people. But it seems that on that one, they've deliberately targeted the poor. It's almost as if we've thought about that, had a good laugh, had another glass of brandy and thought, oh, that's okay. And what about the betrayal of our students? Anybody watching the antics of the Lib Dems? I mean, hang your head in shame, Nick Clegg and Vince Cable. These people made a pledge. They were willing to have the photograph taken. They stood there, and these kids believed them. We should not have introduced tuition fees in the first place. And I'll always be proud. I voted against them. I voted against the top-up. I took a lot of flack. I took some locally as well as nationally on that issue of voting against the government. I remember being told you were always voting against the Labour government. Well, quite frankly, I got my degree and didn't have to pay for tuition fees. Two of my children got their degrees and didn't have to pay for tuition fees. And I don't see why the next generation should. It should come out of general taxation. I don't even agree with the graduate tax. So I think it's been a complete betrayal of our students. And I'm proud to say that I voted against it. But there is an alternative. We keep getting told there's no alternative. Well, there's Vodafone. We could get them to pay some tax. There's Boots. We could get them to pay a bit. So Philip Green, he could kick a bit in as well, seeing he made 1.2 billion profit and he got it out of the country. And why can't we tax people on higher earnings?
Yeah.
I mean, why on earth not? It's a progressive way of taxation. It redistributes wealth. It's something the Labour Party used to believe in, and I certainly still believe in. We could cancel Trident. There are loads of alternatives. So, like Joe, I just want to finish by saying, yes, we do need to talk to our councillors. And we've got Labour councillors, and I'm pretty sure the ones I know will not be supporting cuts that mean they're going to devastate people's lives. We can get hold of some of the Liberal councillors. Some of them don't vote like this. I'm not going to name names tonight, but I know for a fact that they won't be wanting what the government has imposed on councils. And we have to be clear about that. It's not councils wanting to just cut, and they've had that. We can lobby our MPs. We know Linda's supporting the campaign, so we've no problem there. But I haven't heard of anybody going down to Craig Whittaker and making a big stir up there. I think it's time we did. So I think we can work with other groups. Pensioners can be very effective. Don't let's forget, we can ask all people who have, tenants, community groups, the arts groups. We could even ask the Police Federation, if you like, Joe, and see if they'll join in, because they're getting cut. Women's Institute I found quite good once on a women's issue I was dealing with. We've got representatives from the Women's Centre here tonight who are probably going to face their own same cuts. So I'm on 100% agreement with the students. They've shown us the way. We've got Craig here tonight, who was the president of the Students' Union in Calderdale. I think we ought to give him a clap for turning up. So I think we've got to fight this. Thatcher fell because of the poll tax. We started to get rid of Tony Blair, and I wanted rid of him, even though I was a Labour MP, because of the Iraq War. That was the beginning of the end. And I think we can put the squeeze on these, but to look for the weakest links and go for the government. Women didn't get the vote because we all just said, oh, the government knows best and they'll do it for us. We might have to take some direct action. I'm willing to. I'll have to take a chair along to sit down on, and I hope the weather's not like this. But we can do all kinds of things. We shouldn't be defeatist. When I went on that thing outside the town hall, I was very disappointed to hear one or two people saying, oh, we're going to have to make cuts. Well, no, we're not going to have to make cuts. They can get the money from somewhere else.